We are back. We have got today's guest who's going to be rating physique to us, Mr. Craig Madden.
Thank you.
Are we,
I'm here. I'm back. I'm 3 weeks into my diet and I'm already 17 pounds down. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? You know that feeling, though, don't you?
Oh, for sure. Well, for context though, you did your run of shows and then you pushed up like in a gradual manner. You
Yeah.
got to a peak like 300 pounds plus body weight.
Yeah.
And now you're 3 weeks downwards again.
Yeah. So I guess it was, I mean, when you think about it, June to the end of October, that was 50 pounds gained from stage weight. And then I've come back down 17. So when you put it that way, it's probably not as bad as it sounds or as harsh as it sounds. But I feel
when you
good
weigh a
for
lot,
it.
especially it's not, is it?
No, that's it. Yeah. When you put it into context of about how much I weigh, percentage basis, it's not that much.
I bet you feel better, right?
Oh, so much better, mate. Like mood, training, appetite, everything's just better.
This is like a thing that like so many people assume that body weight and strength are directly correlated. And they are to a degree, right? But then there's obviously a limit. And I think like let's say 300 is your biggest, and let's say 250 is when you're lean. There's probably there's a happy medium, isn't there?
Yeah.
They have your best performance and your strongest. It's
I think
probably about
so,
like 280 is probably like the
yeah. I feel comfortable now, and I'm around about. I think it was 283 this morning. So
we're the same weight now. We're the same weight.
Yeah, I thought you was about that. Yeah,
I thought 284. 284 was
284. You've gone past me. You've gone past me.
Oh, man.
But it's weird, isn't it? Like I'm coming down and you're going up, so it's different body compositions as well.
Yeah.
Whereas we've had it vice versa, haven't we? Past few months as well.
Well, this is the thing people don't get. It's like it's one thing being one weight on a rebound in a way, right? After a diet to being coming down,
Yeah. And that's when you get a lot of people who'll compare the pictures as well. Or look at me here and then look at me there in a rebound, and it's like, well, it's not really that true, but it looks good.
Well, I even had so in Austria, I was obviously there with Amy, and Connor was there with his mate Mike, who we rated last week.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And he saw me today. You know, there's a video of me walking with my fucking back out, and he went, he commented in my inbox. He said, "Fucking hell, you put on some size since Austria."
Yeah.
I was the same size. I was the same size. I was literally the same size, but I looked.
Yeah, the composition is different.
When people go, "Oh, fucking hell, you've put on some size," it's like, mate, I've been training for 20, like in your case, 15, 20 years. Do you think I put on size in like a month? Like, no. But in the context of body composition, you can look within 10 pounds, you can look a lot better or a lot worse.
It's not even that. Sometimes it's just lighting, right? Fucking hell. Like next time you do a check-in, like I bet in your house or in your garden you've got good spots and you've got bad spots, right? Literally, take a photo here. Often 10 seconds later, go stand over there and take one, and you look fucking so much shitter, and it's just lighting,
I think that's why it's so important that you get your clients to take the check-in pictures in the same place. I had a client this week and he was like really downbeat because he'd taken his check-in pictures in a different place, and it was like, oh, my stomach looks worse than what it did last week. And I was like, I could see right away he's changed his check-in spot, and I'm like, it's the lighting, buddy. It's
boys, is this a thing? Do you come across it? So many people don't understand lighting. Like, and what I mean by that is like, it sounds really fucking obvious when I say it to you boys, right? If you stand under down lighting, you're going to have shadows, right? If you stand with light behind you, you're going to be completely back, right? People don't know this. I thought this was common knowledge, but this is not common knowledge about me.
I think because we've taken that many pictures of ourselves over the years, it's just like, it's just ingrained in us and we just know it without even thinking.
I think you also get the guys that know lighting way too well, and then they try and use it in their advantage where they'll go, look how good I look. And it's that, you can change the light in your favor that way as well to try and kind of trick you into it. But then you're like, or they'll only take pictures in like that lighting. If it's not it, they just won't even take pictures.
Well, that's like an Instagram warrior, isn't it? Like
that's the door frame lighting for me.
Say again?
I said the door frame lighting does that for me. It kind of enhances your look. I know you do it, Ryan, but I feel like it does enhance your look a little bit.
It's weird. So outside, like when I'm lean, outside I look way more shredded. Inside I look fuller. So it depends on which one you want.
Yeah. But off season though, if you're posing in a door frame, I feel like you get a better look overall. I noticed that when I was doing it, and I was just like, it's kind of, yeah, you're not painting a true picture of yourself, really.
But well, the further away from natural lighting I go, so my back door's there. If I stood here and took photos, fuck.
Right. Yeah,
yeah, you need to make sure there's some light on you.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I actually know. You know, Joe Ballinger. Joe Ballinger does his check-in photos with Jimmy Tonk. After, so he'll always take them post-workout. He'll never do fasted shots.
Right. Okay.
Have you ever come across that? That's the first time I've heard of that.
I've not, to be fair, because I imagine it would be different each time depending on what you train that day. Unless it's just waiting until after a push session or something when you know obviously everything's looking full.
It's just, I think that's just for like an Instagram thing. If you're gonna, take a picture to put it on Instagram, but if you're gonna send it to your coach, it's not. It's not really.
This is coach check-in photos.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess as long as it's consistent, right? As long as it's consistent, but it's never that consistent, is it? Because your hydration levels are different, and
It's another thing. People don't understand the difference between weighing yourself in the morning and weighing yourself in the evening. And I annoyingly come across this way too often. I'll get a new starter and I'll send for all my bits and bobs, and they'll just send their body weight at like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like,
yeah. Well, I know those guys that I'm like, how much do you weigh? And you're like, I weigh this much. And I'm like, right. And you used to weigh yourself in the morning. Oh, I haven't got a scale in the morning. I weigh myself in the gym. Well, like after work, I'm about fucking your heavy fucking boots that have been at work all day long with all your fucking like work gear and shit. And then, it's like.
I used to see this guy in Spartans and he used to walk in.
I know the one.
Yeah. Mate, about a couple of times a week, he'd walk in with his like normal clothes on, work jacket, thick as fuck. Work boots, and he'd weigh himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are we fucking doing here? What are we fucking doing? But I guess that it gives him a high number that he can then go and tell his mates, right?
Oh yeah.
They'll be like, oh, I'm fucking 20 stone. It's like,
yeah.
Not sure, I don't get it, mate. Hey Craig, isn't it weird that Prodigy was already a week ago?
Yeah, it just shows how fast life goes, doesn't it? Really, it's mad. Like I look at things that pop up on like your Instagram or Facebook that was a year ago, and it's like, oh my god, or even 4 years ago, and it's just like it doesn't seem like yesterday. That
nuts, mate, nuts. Like think about Prodigy. Literally felt like it happened a couple of days ago. So a week has already gone.
Yeah.
Judd, me and Craig got into the mosh pit. Craig, how long do you reckon we lasted?
2 songs, basically.
Not mate. I wouldn't even
maybe
say
1.5.
Like we were like pushing our way around and shit, jumping with each other, and we were both just drenched, properly drenched. And we were like,
I was on the verge of it.
I'm surprised you went to something like that, though, Ryan. Like you're not.
This guy. So yeah, it's not really my bag.
I influenced
like, should we go? And I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. See, do you know what though? It's nice to like go and do different shit sometimes. Like it's not mine either, but I would be up for.
Yeah.
Like there's a Bring Me the Horizon in Bournemouth in Feb, so I'm gonna go to that. But that's more my style, That's more my type of music. So it just depends, doesn't it? But it's always nice to like go and do different shit.
In my whole life, I've never been to that type of concert in my whole life. So I thought, yeah, fuck it.
No. Yeah.
Craig, you've been a few times already to him, haven't you?
Yeah, I think that's the 4th time I've actually seen them.
How would you say it compared?
Well,
the reason I asked that is obviously because Keith died. So
obviously, there's a concept missing there because obviously Keith is vocalist on a lot of the tracks. But yeah, I mean, it was still fantastic, I thought. But obviously, certain songs were just like, oh, I wish Keith was here. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Liam's the lead man behind the music anyway, and obviously he's fine. So a lot of the songs are just, he's kind of remixed the ones that Keith was in as well.
So that's what I felt like, bro. When I was listening to, I think we said it on the night.
Yeah.
When Firestarter was playing, it felt like it wasn't Firestarter. It felt like it was a version of Firestarter.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they weren't playing the original.
No, I think he's remixed it because obviously he's not got Keith to do the vocalists anymore. And I'm sure that obviously Maxim doesn't feel, out of respect, that he doesn't want to obviously put vocals over the top of it. I mean, we was in the mosh pit at that point, so he wasn't fucking caring. Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird though, because I watched them in 2019 and I was, what was I? Probably about 19 stone then. And I lasted the whole concert in the mosh pit, no problem, without being out of breath. And that's been 2 stone less than I am now. So it goes to show, doesn't it? It's, you know, it's obviously body weight.
What was mad to me was like how many lads just stay in there.
Yeah,
they don't come out like. And there was those guys. What was that guy that was trying to pick us up? Do you remember?
Oh God, yeah, I remember him. Yeah,
and he was so fat. He was so fat, but he was in there the whole time.
Was it?
He was like,
mad. Yeah. Maybe they just conditioned to it to go to a lot of that sort of concert.
Fucking, so everyone's looking this way at Prodigy. Yeah, he walked over, and I'm like, because I knew that he was just a loudmouth.
Yeah.
And he walks over and he just turns and looks straight at me, like that far away.
He wanted to
I was like, I goes, you right, mate? And he was like, yeah, want to get in the pit? And I was like, maybe in a bit, maybe in a bit. And he's like, can I pick you up? And I was like, nah. And with that, he's just ducked down and he's put his arms around my legs. He's probably picking me up. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm in it now, I'm wrestling him. And I'm like with like Amy and Jess, and I'm fucking like wrestling him like this. Like, and then he leaves me alone and he walks over, does exactly the same thing to Craig. And I'm like,
oh, mate.
It's weird because he didn't even attempt it with me. Maybe it was.
He didn't.
No, he didn't even attempt it. Maybe it was the way I said it, but I was like, "You're not picking me up, mate." Just like he was clearly a muscle worshipper. But then he ended up being in the mosh pit, and he was kind of barging at the side of me. So I just kind of stepped back and kind of just like threw him out of the way. I was like, "Yeah, see you, mate." Very odd guy. Clearly a muscle worshipper, but yeah.
When you go to a gig and stuff like that, you just get basically influxed by loads of blokes asking how to get big.
Yeah, it's always the case.
What,
isn't
me?
It? Whether you go to the gig, whether you go out.
Oh, mate, now it's mental. So when we go on a night out, because it's mostly kids now, right? If you've been on a night out now, you go out, it's just fucking kids. The amount of people that come up to me now and they're like, "Oh, you're that guy from TikTok." I'm like, yeah. So that's how I get recognized now. Not so much but more by that.
The tattoos more than the muscles.
It's mental. Yeah. It's like just the whole like persona thing from yeah, which is nice because Beck's like, "Oh, like how, like what do you like? Do you like that?" I'm like, "Well, yeah. Who doesn't like attention? Like, I'm not being funny. Everyone likes attention. Do you know what I mean? So especially us."
Right. That's actually such a good point, Craig. Yeah? Let me ask you that. Right. So we moan that blokes are doing it to us, right? Imagine we did that and no one said a word.
Yeah.
That would be worse, wouldn't it?
I think it definitely would be, yeah. Like, it's like I put all this effort in and nobody even cares. It's like, although sometimes it does annoy you, it's kind of like, they're noticing.
Right, that's it, man. You and I both knew we both take our tops off, weighing what we weigh being 6'3". We knew, right?
Yeah, of course.
If no one played up to it, they all just went, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
we were like, what?
If we just kind of blended in and nobody even reacted.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is a bit shit.
So much worse.
Yeah. You'd just be like, I need to be bigger. Maybe it's because I'm
fat. Boys, so we're going to do some more Rate My Physique.
Definitely, yeah.
How many have we got today, then?
I think we've got like 20.
All right, fucking hell.
Yeah, we got some. And I don't think there's anyone there. John, I had so many people come up to me and say about how funny your reaction, the way that you do it is. Like, to you,
bro, I can't help it.
You think you're being normal. You just think you're being normal, but it is funny. It's funny.
This would be if me and you were to just have a normal chat, like one-to-one. That's how I'd react. That's just, I can't help it. I just, It
is funny. Well, Craig was saying as well, how do you feel like you'll be, like, in terms of, like, if we're like good cop, bad cop, Hubby's the fucking, like, the straight talker, and I'm a bit more diplomatic. Where do you think you sit?
Maybe somewhere in the middle.
I would say so.
I'm probably not as harsh as Chud. Maybe I'm more like you, Ryan, to be fair, because looking at the ones that have requested for the Rate My Physiques, half of them were my clients, so it's going to be hard for me to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Yeah, right. We're gonna rate people, and again, it's like if you're a non-competitor, we'll have to rate you based on non-competitors.
Yeah.
Like we want to make sure it's fair. Do you know what I mean? And also, again, to caveat, we're not comparing against like Olympia level, right? We're comparing against amateurs within the UK.
Yeah.
I know it's an obvious thing to say, but like, if we're comparing against Phil Heath and Ronnie Coleman, then we're all shit, right? So, right. There was a couple of dudes that I fucking forgot from the last one, so they're going to be first. So we're going to start up with Rory, or Klein.
Yeah.
So let's get Rory up. What's the background on Rory then? He done a few shows this year, right?
Yeah, he came 5th in the PCA British Finals novice class.
Right.
Incredible condition on the day. It's very hard to peak, but I got it right on that day. And going forward now, I know exactly what he needs. He tends to hold water very easily.
You boys see that?
Yeah, can see that.
Right, go on then. So let's go.
Mate, he looks really good. He looks really, really good.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Touch more quads out of sweeps on quads, right?
Yeah. We've put that into the plan for the off season.
Let's see some of the side shots. Has he got any other shots?
We got back as well. So
yeah, let's see the back shots as well. Mate, I mean, this physique, like, this is the thing, right? You can't knock it, really. This is just really good. Like,
that leg detail, fucking really good.
Yeah, his leg detail's incredible.
I'm surprised he didn't place higher than.
Yeah, he's not the biggest. I think he weighed in, what was he? I think he was mid-80s on stage.
Oh, right. Is he
short? Boys?
Yeah. So the back's softer than the front.
I would say in terms of development as well, the back's slightly worse.
I mean, it wasn't too soft on the day, to be fair. I think it's just...
No, as in comparatively from the front to the back, Because that front is really fucking dry.
Oh, yeah. I think he's just got that.
Maybe it's the back that let him down a little bit then.
Yeah.
So if we look at it, it's like, so lower body, right? His quads were insanely detailed. His hamstring on, but you can see his outline of his glute, which is quite a good thing. You can see that.
Yeah.
They've been carved out a little bit. I would say the thing that really lets him down is lat width, like back width.
Yeah.
Looking at that, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem like there's much in terms of like taper. And also,
I think also because his legs, because his upper body, would you say he's like lower body dominant? When you look at it from behind, his lower body's bigger than his upper, right? But I think the fact that he is stepping so wide out hurts him in a way because he's creating such a large base, but he can't really feel it.
Yeah, so if he had his legs closer together, it's going to balance things out a little bit more, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd look better.
Yeah,
but then
he definitely needs more quad sweep, that's for sure.
Yeah,
more quad sweep, all that.
But see, that quad sweep doesn't look too bad from the back.
Yeah, he's.
I think it's obviously when you're on stage, like we all know what it's like. It's a lot harder to think about all of that than it is when you're like checking in at home. So
yeah, of course.
I would say Rory is probably a little bit more lower body dominant than he is upper, and a bit more on the back. That would be my two things I would say.
I'm a power lifter as well, so it kind of translates really.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Right. So the next one we got is. I'll have a look now. Is Sean Barber.
Let's see Sean. Sean looks good.
Sean's very good, yeah. I really, really rate Sean's physique.
Yeah, I've seen Sean at the FitX live.
He didn't he win? He won the British title there, did he?
Did he win with Did he win with PCA?
Yeah, that's right. He came third.
The PCA Pro, isn't he?
Yeah, so he came third at FitX Finals in 2021.
Oh, right.
But he, sorry, it's just come up now.
Yeah, because I remember watching that and I thought he had it.
But
that was the FitX judging, as I've said in the past, a bit odd.
And the thing is with Sean as well, he was really good at presentation. Like his posing's very good.
Yeah.
His posing's really good. Yeah, his posing is really good.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, look at that.
Quad sweep, fantastic.
I don't like looking at your ass, I'll be honest with you, Sean. That's the only thing I don't like looking at. This is, I'm not a fan.
Do you remember when someone called him out for pulling his trunks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think being hypercritical, I think I'd say more chest. But that's because all the other body parts are so good.
Well, that's interesting, right? So look at his lat spread. It actually looks pretty good there. It looks
worse.
Yeah, in the front lat spread, it looks all right.
But in a side chest, though,
yeah, that's right.
Side chest, it looks a bit flat, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know what? It's quite hard to critique it. His physique looks fucking awesome. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like that's quite hard to critique. I think there is an obvious critique which he hides. He's got the bicep tear, hasn't he?
Right. Oh yeah.
He's tore his bicep loads of times.
Makes sense with him only posing one bicep.
Yeah. But other than maybe a little bit more chest density and the bicep, like it's hard to critique him. He's very fucking
good. It looks really good.
Like, yeah, we're talking like in terms of UK competitors, it'd be hard to not give him like a very. We didn't do out of 10, by the way. So should we give Sean an out of 10?
Yeah, like on like sort of like high amateur scene, like say like on par with you two lot, I would say like an 8.5.
I would say if we're going by like what we had last time, think about who we were giving 8.5 last time, Joe. I think he's higher.
Yeah, but no. But we're talking last time they were like beginners. Like now we're talking like that higher caliber, sort of like on par with you lot.
But I would definitely argue that obviously it's a different category, but like relative to his category, he is absolutely like, yeah, he's elite. He's elite in the amateur.
I'd say it's a 9 out of 10. To be fair,
yeah, I'll go along with that.
Yeah.
And what about Rory? We didn't give him out of 10 as well.
Like a 7?
Yeah, I was going to say about a 7. Yeah, he's got areas he needs to work on. But yeah, it's his second season in bodybuilding, obviously, so it's he's got a long way to go.
Cool. Yes, right. So our next one is a guy called, and again, he's the last one from the last one. His name's, you have to excuse me if you're watching this. It's HMP Ramirez. So I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, is your name Ramirez or is it just an Instagram handle? I don't know. Oh, here it is. One moment. Sorry. There you go. See that?
Yeah, zoom in.
Yeah, I can't see much there. Don't you hate it when people send check-in photos and they're like 20 foot away?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking miles away, right? So you go.
Like, oh, come on, man.
Can you zoom in more? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, he's clearly a non-competitor, right?
No, I think so. Yeah,
non-competitor.
Yeah. So we have to judge him based on that. Right?
Look, right. I think when you show pictures and your body fat's so high, you can't really tell. You can't tell what's what. Like he's got big quads.
Yeah.
But like, very difficult. It's very difficult to judge. Like when you're like 20% body fat. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I mean, but let's try and critique his physique.
I think strong points are delts, biceps, VMOs, adductors. So you could do with a bit more outer sweep on the quad. And that's maybe.
Is he a powerlifter?
From what I can see.
Sorry? He has that like powerlifter look.
Yeah, it's kind of up and down, isn't it? His legs, I feel
because it's like his like arms and that are quite sort of shallow type thing, whereas his legs are like very much like, but they're not like bodybuilder legs. They're more like, like in a powerlifter leg.
It's almost hard to say with the legs because his waist wide because he's off season.
Yeah.
If his waist comes in, then his legs could look even better.
Yeah.
We've got another shot. So another shot, and it's his side shot. So here it is. You see that?
Yeah.
So it looks to me now. There's the first like real weakness I can see is I would say hamstrings.
I knew you were going to say that.
Do you know what I mean? Though that would be
there's miles more sweep on the quad than there is on hamstring.
Exactly. Yeah. Because he's pretty thick in the upper body, right? I mean, it's quite.
But also because he's so high body fat, it's very difficult to tell what's hamstring, what's quad, what's what. You know what I mean?
So true. The leaner you get, the more separation you get through the quad and ham, right?
You literally can't tell. So there's no point. There's no point asking for a critique. But then again, if that's his lifestyle look, then he's big. Like if you see him in the gym, you'd be like, "Oh, this guy's pretty big." But like, you can't really fairly critique someone because if he loses 30 pounds, 40 pounds, he might look awesome. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's yeah. So that's like a note for everyone watching. Like, yeah, if you share us a photo for us to critique holding quite a lot of body fat, it's like hard.
Looks like he needs more calves, more hamstrings, and probably more back. The fact that he's not centre back picturing.
So our next one is a bit of a weird one. I'm gonna have to maybe take a little bit of a back seat because I'll be biased. But it's Amy. Amy sent it through. Yeah.
He's testing.
She sent over 2 different photos, so they're both coming up. Right. I'll try not to be biased, and I'll just let you voice.
I mean, I'm gonna just say, like, I don't know shit about bikini. Like, I don't know what to look at, what's good, what's not. To me, that looks fucking awesome. Like, do you know what I mean? Looks really good. Like, I could. That's all I can say. Like,
yeah. I mean, as I say, I mean, everything I say would just seem biased, but to me, it doesn't seem like there's much weakness. Like, tiny waist, flaring quads, decent shoulders,
tiny waist. Yeah, tiny waist.
It almost looks too lean to be bikini. Like, if you were being hypercritical, then obviously more glutes. Just to obviously stand, you know, if she wants a pro card, then it's more glutes and more delts, isn't it? Basically, it's all there though. It's just basically just slightly topping up on what she's already got.
Do you know what? Here's the thing with Amy, right? So her strengths, right? When you look at that front pose, it's her frame, isn't it? See the quad to waist to delt.
Yeah. It's the skeletal structure, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
when you go to NPT, she doesn't do that pose.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Yeah. So this is her knockout pose, right?
Yeah.
Well, her back as well. I mean, look at the hamstring and stuff. But that front pose is a knockout pose, and all of a sudden in PCA she does it, and then in NPT she doesn't. So
you know what? So one thing I wonder, right? You know, when you see birds on stage and they've got like they're trying to do their back shot, and their fucking hair's like covering their whole back. What's that about? What is the point in that? Like,
that's what
supposed to do that,
isn't it? Yeah.
But why? Supposed to do that.
Like, how are you supposed to show your back?
Because they don't want to see too much detail on your back.
They do it in all classes as well.
I know.
Like every show you just see, and it's like what? How am I supposed to? I don't know.
What happens if you're a girl and you have short hair? Do you have to wear a wig?
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah. So Amy this year, she was definitely the leanest girl in pretty much every show she did. Like in her class.
You feel like she was marked down for being too lean?
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I remember Rob was filling her back out, wasn't he?
That's right.
Kind of prep, yeah.
Yeah, for the last like 3 weeks, she was eating like more than she was.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like when you're like carrying more body fat, your glutes seem bigger because that's where you store fat, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like a double-edged sword. Not only was she too lean, but she also could have stored more fat there, and it would have been better for her.
Yeah, mate, she looks brilliant. Like we know that anyway. It's just, you know, I can't really comment on bikini because I don't know shit about it, so I'm not gonna act like I do.
Feel like she needs more glute pop on the side pose, the one on the left.
Yeah,
just a bit more glute there. I think that's kind of what she's missing, I guess.
What would you say did the glute look okay?
From the glutes from the back look great, but it's kind of like a bit more pop from the side. I don't know if that might be the posing though, a little bit.
I think she had spinal surgery.
So I know. I don't know if she finds it difficult to get in the pose.
I think a lot of girls are able to pop their ass out more, you know, and it makes it pop more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, out of 10, hard to tell in it because of bikini. It's hard. It's fucking like.
Yeah. I mean, PCA 10 out of 10. Obviously, Miss Universe, isn't she? So.
I think if when she gets to show her attributes, it's hard to find many girls that hang with that. To be honest with you. Yeah. Obviously, for me, she's 10 out of 10. I gotta say, I'll be in the doghouse. But she is. I really mean she is. She fucking is. Right. So next one we got is Lee Falcini. I think I've said his name right. Do you boys know him?
No.
So he's coming up now. He's competed several times. It's actually, they look like checking photos. They don't look like. You see that?
Oh, I know this guy. Yeah.
Picture's taken from a really shitty angle. Makes his legs look tiny.
Yeah.
Back's really thick across the top, especially through the traps, delts. Upper body looks good. Could do a bit more bicep, more tricep. And legs, like I say, because of the actual picture and the angle of it, it's hard to say.
Let's see a front shot.
Yeah. I think you can definitely do with a bit more bicep. So if you think about the angle that he's at right now, that favors the bicep.
Yeah.
And you still can't really see it.
I still can't see it, yeah.
But the back's amazing.
It's almost a little bit genetic, that as well, though, isn't it? Some people have flat biceps.
I think the way it is, though, it's like when you're posing your bicep, you need to twist back.
Yeah, rotate. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you get way more bicep peak, you know. So here's from the front anyway.
Yeah, so his biceps look much bigger there, don't they? From the front.
But if you look at those biceps they insert low on his arm.
Low, yeah. Whereas
he needs to really pull back.
Yeah.
Got a lot of muscle, that guy.
Rotated.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of muscle.
And this angle doesn't work for his legs.
Oh, yeah, this angle's terrible for quads, but even still, you can see his quads are really good.
He's got a really nice taper there.
Yeah, really nice taper. Really full chest.
Thick chest. The chest is still there, even though he's got his hands above his head, which is good.
That's like you, innit, Craig? Like when you do this, you still got a chest as well.
Yeah. I think that's something that Arnold Schwarzenegger used to say. He said, "You've not got a chest until it's still there when you've got your hands above your head."
Yeah. Oh, mine fucks off.
Yeah, he's really good. This guy is really good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Even with the unflattering angle,
I think he just needs to pose his legs a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what condition, what kind of prep he's in or whatever, but like
he almost looks like obviously a smaller version of Jordan Gomez.
I thought that.
Yeah, do you know the same sort of structure?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a smaller Jordan, but
yeah. So he's certainly got massive potential.
I'd like to see a little bit more leg detail if I'm being critical.
That's why I don't know if that's a posing issue or a.
Yeah, it depends as well. If he's in the off season, some people store more fat in their quads. So
yeah,
but even his hamstrings lack a little bit of detail as well because everything
his waist looks too small for him to be in the off season. Surely.
Yeah,
you would think so, right?
Yeah.
Right, so
overall, though, really good. It's difficult to rate him though, because again, it's a similar sort of thing. If you're not, or given at least a bit of context, let's say I'm 4 weeks out or whatever, like it's rating it in terms of what, like, you know what I mean? So
is he a competitor? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's won a couple of shows as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he's won with Fix.
I'd say he's a good 7.5. I think.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, you can. Well, hold on a minute. He's probably higher level than Rory, and Rory was 7.5.
Yeah, so it's kind of like for where they are. I mean, if he's novice, like Rory's novice, then obviously he's like a bloody 9.5.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. So next one we got is Tom Hemming.
Oh, we know
Tom. 2 out of 10 for Tom. Tom, he's 2 balls.
Well, he's absolutely. He's gone humongous since he prepped, hasn't he?
He's fucking ginormous, mate.
Man, Tom is fucking.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I don't know what he's done, but he's done something right.
I think it's just a rebound, you know. Like he got probably his leanest ever,
and he dieted for a long time as well, didn't he? So
So we've got 3 photos from Tom. And they are here. We'll start off with his front relax.
So strong as well. I watched some of his shit today. I was like, "Fuck me!" Like,
he's a monster, mate. He's a monster.
Yeah, them legs.
So with Tom, because we're quite good friends with Tom. Well, at least I am. I don't know. Well, I'm not sure about you two, but I'd say I'm probably a lot closer to Tom. Yeah. I'm biased. I just really like Tom's physique. But for me, he's just. I don't know what you two
I was
say.
very surprised though when he got on stage a few times and he didn't take away the first. But obviously,
I tell you what, with Tom, he's got this thing where like even like the year before when Ryan did that show, the Physique show, and I sat with Tom at the back and I took a few shots of him and that he did not look like that in person like he did on in his pictures. So Tom is one of these people that just looks super impressive on stage, but backstage was maybe a little bit softer. And that's because he tends to, and I said that to him, I'm like, you just do stupid shit last minute. I said, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But even still, just the size and he just crushes everyone on that size. Like,
yeah.
I think he's quite into the like chemistry side of things, isn't he?
Yeah.
He likes to
play. He just likes to experiment, which is fine. But I think like you gotta know when to kind of not risk it.
Yeah.
So
front squat,
and I mean he's done really well this year, so he's doing something right.
Yeah.
I think so basically before I even go, so we've got two more. But Tom, in terms of muscle mass, it's all there. He's got it all. There isn't anything that really lags. It looks fucking amazing. When it's stand up.
Look at him fucking legs. What the fuck?
Yeah,
his legs are ginormous.
Legs are insane. Yeah.
But his problem, it's just he doesn't get that full hard granite condition, and that's his problem.
I think it's age with Tom.
He chases still young. Too much.
You got to remember, Tom's still young, so it's obviously still time for him to actually pull it, like to get to like the sort of condition that you lot get. I mean, you got to remember, like you lot have like 10 years on him.
Yeah, he's on 26, 27, 28.
Yeah. So
he's only pulled down to single digits a couple of times in his life, then, hasn't he?
I think twice, maybe, because he's obviously he competed the year before with Ryan, and this year, I think.
Yeah. If a fully conditioned Tom would pretty much beat like most people.
Yeah.
It just doesn't quite get that full crispiness. Here's him from the back.
And I think also Tom is one of those people that he's just, those guys that just hold muscle easily and grow easily. They always struggle getting in shape. It's not that like Tom is like he sticks to his diet. He does his fucking cardio. So it's just a matter of time,
there, isn't it? It's literally all there. The muscle is all there.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Especially for an amateur, anyway.
If you've seen him in person on stage as well, like it's legit. He's legit that big.
Oh yeah.
But also, again, the criticism is in person. You see that he is a little bit too soft.
Yeah.
And I'll hold my hands. I think if he came in fully conditioned, I think he's worthy of being. He could probably get a pro card. He probably could.
Yeah.
And I think he will. I think he will. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I think he will as well. You learn lessons each time you do compete. But do you feel like he's going too far in terms of, the peak week in terms of pushing for fullness, or do you feel like he's not dieting long enough?
Good question. What do you reckon?
That's,
I think Tom does stupid shit because even last time, right? Do you remember when he competed against you? Like the week before, I was chatting to him and I saw a picture and I was like, fuck me, that just looks stupid. Because he was dry. And then on the day, right, he was sat there in his jumper and then he took it off. And I was like, oh, he's soft compared to how he looked days before. Yeah. And he was saying to me, he's like, oh yeah, mate, I was taking what's it called? What's that thing that that people used to load with? And I fucking escaped out of my head now.
Oh no.
Is it a carbohydrate or is it
no, it's a drug. It's a drug. Superdrol, right? He's like, I was taking Superdrol and this and that, and obviously, and he was sweating so much on stage, so you could just kind of see that he was just pushing all that water, and he kept looking better and better. Because when I saw him backstage, I was like, and then as he posed, he just pushed out so much water, and he looked brilliant towards finals when you lot were posing. Because I still got pictures like from that. Looked mental.
Yeah.
It kind of tells me that he's pushed carbs too hard and he's carb load. I don't think it's a drug thing. I think a lot of the coaches use Superdrol in the peak week these days.
I think. I'm
not fan of it, but I think they do.
Do you think that's a reason why people sweat too much because they're eating too much?
Probably that, and the fact that they're very stressed, so they're not able to release the water that they've obviously consumed the previous days.
Okay. Yes, it's hard. It's hard to know.
Yeah, I think everybody's so individual, so different. But
I also think, and this is like a controversial opinion. I don't know if you individuals agree, but I think that there's genetic limits to how lean someone can get, right? And
yeah,
like
it's like Samson at the moment, isn't it? You'll never see
exactly
striated glutes on Samson because that's a genetic thing, because his skin's thicker.
I don't know, bro. I think if you lock someone in a fucking concentration camp and deprive them of fucking food, then like what?
Right. Okay. Good point. Everyone would drop weight, but what I'm saying is, would everyone have as visible muscle as everyone else? I don't think so.
No, of course not. But as far as dropping body fat, I think some people like Tom, I think for him, because he's got so much of fucking muscle, he can spare a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're someone that, like me, take me for example, like I'm not at the size where I've got muscle to spare. So if I was to lose too much muscle, then or like some of those guys that we sort of more like beginner guys that we spoke last podcast, like if they was to drop more body weight, they would actually end up looking worse. So for how they look on that stage, if they got tighter, they would actually end up looking worse. Tom, I think he's got plenty muscle to spare.
Hey, that's an interesting one. So you get to a point where you're dieting so much that you end up eating away at muscle and it makes your physique look softer.
Yeah.
It's almost a balancing act, isn't it? And you can see there, if I'm being hypercritical of Tom's physique, I'd say his chest is probably his weakest point. So that's probably what's going to go even flatter. So you're almost making his weakest area worse. And that's going to really hurt his physique.
I don't know. In some of them most muscular, that chest looks fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Certain poses, isn't it? It's an odd one, really.
You got to remember, as though he had the gyno surgery, so he couldn't train chest for like a while.
Yeah. Again, that's me being hypocritical.
Yeah.
Well, let's rate him and let's move on. Who's first?
Rate Tom an 8.5.
I'd give Tom a 9.
Yeah, I'd give him a 9. I think he looks incredible.
Yeah. Tom full condition would be full condition would be a 10.
Yeah.
Like full condition would be a 10.
It's like I said before, I was very surprised that he didn't come away with more first place this year, to be fair. But that can only be a condition.
So a 10, would a 10 be a pro-worthy competitor?
Yes.
Okay. If he's in condition, like me and Ryan get, he's winning pretty much every class he enters, to be honest, and he'll be then a pro.
No doubt about it. And I think his time will come. I think he's got time is on his side, and he absolutely loves the game. You know what I mean? He really loves what he does.
Yeah, you can see he definitely does.
Okay, the next dude we got is a guy called Sam Haysom. Do you boys know him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get him up now. He's sent us over 3. We got
Sam's cool. He was he went up against one of my guys like a couple of years back, maybe last year. That's how I met him.
He looks like I think he's quite short, right?
Yeah, he's not tall.
Right.
He's got quite a good chest from what I remember.
Here it comes. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Sam's cool.
You see that, boys?
Not yet.
Not yet, no.
Let me try again.
I think Sam arms is where he lacks from what I remember.
Fuck's sake.
His legs look good.
Yeah,
he's got really good legs. He's got massive quads. Because again, he's not tall, so his quads are
legit.
But I think condition is the other thing for him as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I mean, pictures we saw there.
There you go.
Well, his condition looks all right there, to be fair, but that's obviously from the front.
Yeah, I mean that's a fucking good physique. Very good.
Yeah.
That's quite hard to critique, actually. Based on this one photo, that's fairly hard to critique. I mean,
is that the only one?
No. There's another one.
Let's see some more.
I think that's a finals.
There you go. There's the other one.
Because he didn't look like that at that show.
This one, boys.
Again, like with Sam, close that leg gap a little bit.
Agree. Yeah, this here you shouldn't be seeing. Well, if you see this, it should be like not at all. So if now if this leg was like planted here instead,
yeah,
and this one was ever so slightly in, yeah, all of a sudden this gap closes.
And again, the biceps
You're
as well,
almost
like
making-
rotate them wrists out.
Yeah.
Yes, here. So make the elbow finish here, and then rotate this backwards to show more bicep. External rotation.
I think looking at that, it could do with a bit more lat, I would say.
Yeah. Looks like his lats inserting really high, doesn't it?
Condition there can obviously be better.
Yeah.
I think this is the problem, Craig. Like, obviously, you and I spoke about this quite a lot. Is this? Do this in the hamstrings.
Yeah. You can
So
almost
often
tell as well that not only from the lower half, but from the top half as well. He's got no separation between the tricep and bicep.
This is what I noticed on, like I said, at arms.
Yeah.
But you know, again, that's just condition. That's just coming in lower.
Yeah.
From
and
the
again,
front,
he's got enough muscle to where he can just dig a little bit more, and he will end up looking better.
Of course.
I think I sent one more photo which didn't load up, but it's going to load now. I think, as I say, it's a bit of an epidemic. I think so many people just don't have that like detail from hamstrings and glutes and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I think.
Yeah, but Ryan, how many preps did you have to do before yours actually came in? You got to remember, a lot of these guys, they've done like 1 show, 2 shows. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're not like, because you're like, you've done 20 shows, so you're like, oh, you need to have your hamstrings. But it's like, it's a time thing, like, you know. Yeah. So I think for what he's presenting here.
In terms of muscle mass, maybe a tiny bit more arm, but I mean, that's been hypercritical.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's got good chest, a bit more arm, and condition. But overall, Sam, he's really good.
Yep, definitely good. So, give Sam an out of 10?
7.5.
Yeah, 7.5. I'll go with that as well.
Yeah, 7.5, 8. I'd say.
Yeah. All right. Next dude we got is who is it? There's a really good guy that sent you one. Oh, there you go. My client again.
I always roast your clients. I feel like
yeah. After he was the first one we did, Chud. He inboxed me straight away.
Who?
And he was like, "Oh, let me show you who it is, and you'll see if you can recognize."
Oh,
yeah. He was like, "You only gave me a 7 out of 10." He was like, "Oh, fuck me, I thought it was worth at least a 7.1." Because I said to you, Chud, that he was better than what you gave him credit for. I think you gave him like a 5.
Oh, I can't remember.
I said he's like, yeah.
His top line's fantastic.
Oh,
like his chest, delts, traps.
The midsection as well is really good.
Yeah.
His bicep size.
You can see the glaring obvious weakness right away.
Arms.
Yeah. It's legs, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would have thought arms.
Arms?
Nah,
what are you looking at?
Arms are decent.
I don't know, just quite.
Arms are in proportion with everything else on his upper.
Look at his arms.
I don't know. They're not really got that much pop in that tricep. They're not that separated.
I think
his legs look really good, actually. They're separated. Yeah, they need size, but I think it's how he's posing it as well. That gap, like he can close that gap a little bit more.
No, he needs more legs.
I think
more
of course.
more VMO, more quad sweep.
Yeah, I think my feedback would be the exact opposite of yours, to be fair, Chad. I would say that tricep sweep's nice, the biceps big, delts big, chest big, midsection big. It's just this outer sweep he really needs to bring that up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe it's just how he poses his arms. I just don't like how he poses his arms. It just throws everything off.
Yeah.
Imagine this.
It almost makes his legs look smaller. Because
I think he needs to put his arms forward. Like if he was to put his arms a little bit more forward, like on his hips, because he's got such a small waist, and lean forward a little bit.
Yeah, that almost push his elbows forward as well.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look at it just in isolation. Look at his upper body, and imagine that with like a big set of legs. What that would look like.
Yeah, looking insane.
Or like a big set of arms, like Tom's arms. That would be fucking mega.
Honestly, I don't know if we're looking at the same photo here, because I think his arms are really good.
Nah, his arms are shit. His arms need to be bigger.
Craig, come on.
I've seen more photos than this one, so I know his arms.
I need Maybe it's just show me another picture. Show me another picture.
I'm so shocked. You think looking at that, you think arms.
Bro, arms can never be big enough. Imagine like someone's like Tom's arms. You know that would look stupid.
Listen, right. This is for people watching now. Imagine looking at this photo and saying that the legs were good and the arms weren't.
No. I said the legs are separated. I didn't say the legs are. I don't think his legs are shit. I think his legs are good because they look separated. Obviously, they need to be bigger. But
right, I got a photo of him posing his arms here.
Is that the only picture he sent?
Here you go. I got another photo of him posing his arms.
The only one he sent to me.
Yeah, so I'm quickly whipping it over now. Yeah, Paul. The thing is with Paul is his chest, delts, and arms are fucking very big. It's just
maybe the picture.
There you go. I got two now. Two. They're coming over. This is to be honest, this pose exposes people. This one here, this hands on hip. It's a hard pose to execute well.
One of my favourites, though.
That's about the only pose I look good in. Fuck me.
It's probably your best pose, Craig, to be fair.
Yeah. That I'm from.
But it doesn't suit a lot of people, you know?
No, it doesn't.
Right, here we go. It's just getting sent through now. 1 second. We do so can we give him a
I think that pose looks good when you've got legs. If you've got legs, that pose looks good.
Yeah.
I
feel because you're making your upper so wide, you need to have the lower to match.
You need to have the quads to, yeah.
It's been sent, so I should have it now. Yeah, Paul was he came with kind of thing second and third this year, and he shows up the.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, he did well.
I think it was a quite fair results. He was actually in a really good lineup. He came third, but the lineup was like really, really good, really competitive. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah.
It was really good. There you go. Here it is. Sorry about the delay. Here he is. It's taking so long. I don't know why it's not. It's not even letting me go back in Zoom.
What is there?
Never mind. All right. Fuck knows why. There you go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mate, what the fuck? Those biceps are fucking massive in that picture.
He's got really big arms.
Yeah.
Why do they not look good in the other picture?
Listen, you are literally smoking crack. I don't know what you're looking at. How is that not big arms?
Yeah, but in the other picture, they don't look like that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the picture. It's the picture.
Yeah, maybe. Right.
Because they fucking look massive.
I think for Paul, it's a case of bring the legs up.
Yeah, definitely.
He needs to be training legs at least twice a week.
Thing is, his legs do get separated though. In that picture, they look pretty good.
Yeah. That's just condition, isn't it? It just proves that he can diet.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not fucking letting me go back to normal. Oh, there you go. Fuck me. Yeah. So what we giving Paul at 10 then?
7 out of 10, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think his legs really, really let him down. His upper bodies are probably a 9 out of 10, 8.5. His legs probably 6, 6.5.
I think that's a fair assessment there, mate. I think that's a fair assessment. I think based on upper body, he's probably worth a good 8.5, 9. And then based on lower body,
I think posing as well, like how he poses a lot. Sometimes it can make a big difference.
Yeah, obviously we've seen limited shots of him there, but
yeah.
So now we have got Mr. Dale Stoney.
Dale said to me, he said, if Craig slags me off, he's sacked. So
Craig he said that to my face.
I've got a few. Dale sent me over like fucking 9 shots.
Oh, he does love a picture.
I fucking love it.
Let me guess, the first one's front lat spread or double bicep.
I tell you what, like Dale puts all these cunts to fucking shame because he's natural and he looks like a fucking freak.
Yeah.
Like You know what I mean? It's like
his shape is so aesthetic. It makes him look so much bigger than he is.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I think
No, mate, I really like his shape. And we spoke about like the back, like that's kind of his thing. He needs to obviously improve.
Of course.
He knows that anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like compared to like his whole physique, it's not actually like imbalanced.
No.
There you go. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we thinking then? Pros and cons.
Go on, you two can go first. He knows what I think.
So for me, and I need to put away the fact that he's natty, right? I'm just looking at him for looking at him.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I look at him, I think potentially a bit more lap. I think potentially a bit more delt. Maybe a bit more adductor. But he's incredibly aesthetic and overall like look is really, really good to be honest. What about you, Chad?
Did you send any pictures from the back?
Yes. And then it's from the back. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you see what I mean? It's like it's not like out of balance. It just kind of has to be bigger. Like, but it's not like he just himself has to like obviously just be bigger. But in terms of condition and balance, it's not out of balance.
So now, based on this photo, he needs a little bit more condition. But again, remember, I know that he's natural. I know that he's natural and it's not the same. I get it. But like his glutes and hams need to be they look a little bit soft here. And even through the lower back, there's some like rolls, which would indicate there's probably a bit of water being held.
I'd say this was probably his worst showing this year.
I was going to say, you should have sent the pictures on the PCA. That looked better.
To be honest, like I said, he's 79 and I just got a front.
Of course.
Have you got any of the from the PCA?
I feel like he really suffered here with stress for this show.
Yeah. Mate, he was saying to me his testosterone was like literally fucking zero.
Yeah. There you go. This is his best shot.
Yeah.
So you can see the plastic, can't you, and the shape.
Mental, yeah.
So now from this, my criticism would be potentially a little bit more leg. Because the upper body I wouldn't change. I think proportionally, just a tiny bit more leg.
Yeah, so that's something he's brought up since 2020. When he first came to me in 2020, we was meant to get on stage. COVID happened. And I always thought at that time, his legs let him down a lot. So he's gone away during COVID and the time that passed and brought his legs up. But still, obviously, we could do with more. So I mean, almost the separation in his legs as well could be.
I think the fact that he was obviously his testosterone was so fucking tanked.
Yeah.
That wasn't helping. So obviously, I'm sure that's fine to say. He's just been prescribed TRT now by the doctors.
Yeah.
So that will massively help.
100 milligrams of testosterone and anthate per week. In fact, it's sustenance per week. 100 milligrams.
100.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah. But for someone like him, that's going to work wonders.
Yeah.
Mate, compared to where he was, that will be a massive jump.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah,
it's going to be great to watch how his physique like unravels now with that.
Yeah.
I mean, now this looks fucking. This is like for me, this is your best shot. It looked fucking phenomenal. I love your midsection. I love your taper on your lats to your waist. Your arms look really, really big. Yeah, I would just say a little bit more like leg, basically.
He's got great shape to his legs, but like you say, he just needs a bit more.
Yeah.
But here's the thing as well, bro. I actually, obviously, I was there at the show where you and him both won, and you won the overall. And when he was stood next to you, all of a sudden his legs looked small.
Yeah.
His legs, like that was the thing. If it was you and him, obviously there's a size discrepancy, but like it was specifically the legs. I really found it was like the legs.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm really like yanking on his chain, and he told me to be harsh, but that was a great dude, and he's got a great physique.
Yeah, I did actually go and tell him to eat what he wanted in between his class win and the overall, but he decided to eat some rice cakes and jam instead, as though he had a chance against me.
I think that first time is that he won the overall at PCA. I think that was his best look for me.
He may have sent me something, you know. As I say, I just had to pick some. Here he is. He didn't really send me any from PCA, you know.
No,
he didn't send me any.
he looked really good at the NAC.
Okay, I've got him there. I got the NAC. Yeah, I can see his hamstrings are more detailed already.
Yeah, that was.
You find a lot of it is lighting as well, because a lot of these shows that.
Yeah, it's almost like the stress.
PCA.
So it's almost like the stress was off for the NAC because the PCA had been done. It's obviously a better angle as well. That one.
Yeah. So let's give, and we've got to remember, fuck the fact that he's natty. What we rated him based on him.
Like a 7.5.
I'd give him an 8. And when he comes in on cycle, I think he's going to be pushing up towards a 9.
Well, he's not on cycle, but
you know what I mean. You know.
Yeah.
What about you, Craig?
I think he's incredible, to be honest. I do. I think he's got so much potential.
Agreed.
It's a shame. I mean, it's not a shame, but I mean, I think he's 37. But yeah, so much potential. So much potential. It's incredible. Yeah. It's almost hard to put a number on it because he's natural and whatnot. But obviously, he's won shows, he's won overalls in pretty much every class he's done. So for me, he's a 9.5.
Yep.
Fair enough, yeah.
Backing your boy. I don't blame you. I mean, he's fucking.
Think
about the year he had. Think about the year he
had. Yeah.
It's hard to argue with it, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, he's done amazing. And I think we're all like big fans of him now. He's such a nice guy as well.
Yeah, he is as well, yeah.
Right. Next one we got is Matt Bicker. But he's an off-season shape, so it'll be hard.
So 2 out of
10. Matt, he's a really nice dude. I actually trained with him like not so long ago.
Just gonna nip to toe.
That's right, mate. He's like way bigger in his off season. I saw him recently. Like, I don't know if you know him already, Chad. Look him up. But he comes into his own in off season for sure.
Does he look better in the off season?
Yes. He looked really good in on prep. He really fills out his physique more. He really fills out his frame.
Yeah.
Like, this is a really well balanced and proportioned physique, isn't
it? Yeah.
My criticism based on what I'm looking at would be a bit more chest, but he's off season.
More arms.
Mate, what the fuck is with you? What are you looking at?
Bro, they're not good arms. They're like,
what the fuck?
And
we need Craig here because it's at the moment it's like one again. I don't know what you're looking.
I just think like arms is such an important body part that it just imagine him, right, with arms like Tom, right, or like
this is Tom the reference point for arms.
Like arms is such a, like for me, right? Arms is like such a like focal point that even makes or breaks the physique. Like,
Craig, look at that physique there.
I just hate bodybuilders with small arms. I don't know. I just don't.
Looking at his physique there, I would not say his arms look like a weakness.
Thank you.
I would say
they just don't look nice in shape. I don't know.
It's kind of half a pose though, isn't it? It's not a proper pose.
I mean, honestly, I feel like we're looking at different
parts. For me,
how is that not good arms?
I would say more chest thickness.
Thank you.
More calves. Just based on that pose.
All right, we got one more as well though.
Calves aren't too bad actually.
We got a back shot as well.
So how are you looking at this and be like, yeah, they're big arms?
Because they are.
You're looking at him in proportion to his whole physique.
His arms proportionally are not small, definitely not.
No.
Yeah, but we want out of proportion arms.
Well, if he had arms like Tom.
He looks fairly tall as well.
Yeah, he looks tall. No, he looks good.
He's about 5'11", 6 foot, I think.
Yeah, he looks good. Don't get me wrong. Like, if he had arms like Tom, what?
I was just taking the piss out of you. You've said that about 10 times already.
Yeah, well, props to Tom.
Arms like Tom. For me, this physique's really, really good. It's obviously just awesome, so it's hard to gauge, but it's really, really good. Do you know? I know as well. When he comes into condition, because he does get good condition as well. He has to eat like fucking bird food. Like he's one of those, you know, where he has to
Really?
eat fucking nothing.
I mean, his condition's not too bad there. I'm not sure how long ago his show was.
That's
But
now. His shows were about fucking 25 kilos
You
ago.
need to bring those arms
really,
down a little bit, don't you
that's not
think?
too bad there.
Man, you need to stop going on about his fucking arms.
No, 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 no. I think it will just make it look a little bit more symmetrical.
Listen, right, Matt.
A little
Matt,
bit.
Matt, just have arms like Tom, and you'd be laughing, right?
Yeah, bro.
Again,
just have arms like Tom. You'll be
again. It's one of them, though, isn't it? Like, what's this lad's name?
Matt.
So Matt's stood in his back garden in daylight, whereas Tom was stood in the gym under some.
Tom
really...
does pictures in the garden too.
Oh. What is with you and fucking Tom's arms? Oh my god! You know what?
Right, I'll pick someone else. Think of someone else's big arms.
Cuba.
No. Fuck Cuba. No, fuck him. Tom's arms are better than Cuba. Fuck him.
Jamie Johal.
No, they're like fucking 7-foot arms.
Mate, do you know, it's funny because you always got about Tom's arms, right? I never looked at Tom's physique and thought arms.
Yeah, I think quads.
Yeah.
Tom's got good arms as well.
Yeah.
You're looking at physiques in the opposite of what me and Craig are as well.
No. It's more just for like the joke, you know what I mean? It's like just because you two are like, oh, this is so good, that's so good. It's like it gets boring, do you know what I mean? You got to be a little bit more.
Yeah, all right.
You got to bring some, because who the fuck wants to watch? Yeah, really good arm, really good back, really good chest. Like no one, it's boring. You know what I mean? So I need to be a little bit more, because you two are way too like, what's the word? Like politically correct. So I need to be a little bit vanilla, more edgy. Huh?
We're too vanilla.
Yeah, you two are just like.
All right, fuck it. From now on, everyone's getting shit ratings.
From now on, unless you got arms like Tom, you're a 1 out of 10.
Who's getting the next shit rating then? Right. So fucking.
Let's see.
Who is it? What's his name?
Obviously, like he looks good. That guy. Of course, he looks good. But like,
just not as good as Tom.
Yeah. No, I think because Tom's been like the best one. So well, yeah, I'd say probably the best one so far. He's like the benchmark. So you got to beat Tom.
So now we've got Russell Walker.
He's got quads on him. Fucking hell.
Chadley. He needs to bring his arms up. Triceps.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Yeah.
So when I look at this, if I thought if Tom Hemming's arms were there, it would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, right?
Tom's arms on him.
Yeah, this is the biggest weakness straight away. My eye went here funny enough. His delts are great, his quads are great, but his arms.
It's almost like
he just looks a bit like squashed for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think he must be a short. He must be a short.
He just looks like he's been like compressed.
Yeah.
His shape reminds me a bit of Josh McHale's. To be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mate, those quads though, they're how fucking ridiculous.
What the fuck is that? See that overhang on his outer sweep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can tell straight away that this dude is 5 foot 8 or below.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's kind of hiding the waist there a little bit. I'd like to see what his waist's like.
I've got one more shot from him actually, so let's have a look. By the way, Russell, I'm sorry, I'm only being a bit more harsh because Charlie told me to.
Yeah,
you're being too nice.
Yeah, Charlie told me I was being too vanilla.
I actually quite like this guy's shape.
I got to be a bit more harsh now, so sorry, Russell. All right, here we go. Next one. So he's got his he hasn't got his legs out. He's got his side chest.
Well, his legs are good. We know that.
Here you go.
Yeah, see, bro, that triceps, them triceps need to come up.
Yeah, the tricep, isn't it? Especially because delts and chest are so good. But that's probably he probably presses with shoulders and delts, and not obviously the triceps do very little in his pressing.
I'm going to put money on this. He's a really strong presser, and he's 5 foot 8. I'm going to put money on that.
Is he 5'8"? Is he?
I have no idea, but I'm guessing he's 5 foot 8, and his pressing is really good for his body weight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? With these front delts and chest, I almost guarantee it. Yeah. So rating his physique. I don't know if he's a competitor or not.
I'd give him like a 6.
It depends on what we rate him against, right?
I don't think does he I don't know. Is he a competitor? Is he not?
Let's
say he's a competitor.
Here you go. He's 100 kilograms in these photos. The leaner one is 90 kilo.
Right.
I've yet to step on stage, but I'm planning to in 2024.
Oh, okay.
He's good for a first timer, though.
Oh, for a first timer,
yeah.
this is like a 9 out of 10 for a first timer.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, very, very good, mate. Very good. Right, next dude.
I tell you what, as well, when he gets leaner, them triceps might actually like pop more.
Yeah, maybe. I reckon he should inbox Tom.
Yeah.
And say, look, bro, how do we get arms?
Some tips on arm training.
Right, next up is William Lloyd. I'm pretty sure this dude's got a good competing background. I think he's like done quite a few shows. Let's have a look. He's done NABBA Northwest, NABBA Britain. Okay, so he's won NABBA Britain. He's come third at NABBA Universe.
Who the fuck does NABBA these days? What is this? This is a 2002.
Right, and but check this out, right? If I say he's NABBA, I bet you kind of got an idea of what he looks like.
Yeah, like right. Does he have
a bald head or not a bald head?
Just think Dan McNabb.
I swear, NABBA dudes have always got bald heads, always, and they're super vascular.
Yeah, always. That's what I'm saying. Dan McNabb.
Yes. Right, here you go.
So that better be good then, because
you see him?
No. Yeah, who the fuck does NABBA these days? What is this like?
Well, it doesn't say when he might have done it a while.
Oh yeah,
he's done PCA as well. He's done PCA Northwest.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh fuck me. Yeah, he's very.
He's good. Like he's proper NABBA, isn't he?
Oh mate, this is so NABBA. Tattoos, vascular, bald head.
He's got the same kitchen as me.
This guy is like,
what the fuck?
This guy's like the NABBA final boss. He is like,
yeah, he's really good. He's really good. You can see why he got third in the universe in Mr. Britain.
He looks really good.
NABBA final boss.
Good arms.
Hold on a minute. If I was to critique one thing on him, it wouldn't be legs, it wouldn't be chest, it would be a little bit of tricep again.
Well,
that would be.
Has he got any other shots?
No, he only sent one. Hold on, I've got his fucking Instagram here. Fuck me, he's in well good shape. He's really good. But he only sent me one, mate. He's fucking awesome.
Hey, he looks sick. That guy does really good.
Yeah, he
that shoulder is fucking mental.
He's fucking good everywhere. Yeah, hold on a minute.
Why the fuck does he do NABBA then?
Here you go. I've got his back shot
NABBA's like they're over 65s.
Honestly, when I think of NABBA, I just think of like a guy who's, to be fair, he doesn't look like he is, but normally they're about 45 years old.
They're like the guy that goes, I used to bench 180.
Yeah. They look like they're pissed off all the time, constantly. Like this dude is fucking jacked, like properly good.
He's probably in his 40s. He probably is in his 40s then.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably.
Like, I mean,
yeah, man, he looks good though, even like facially. Do you know what I mean? Normally, I'd expect him to be a bit more rough and ready. Yeah, it's just going through now. So his back shot is all right. It could be a bit more conditioned, to be honest. Here you go. There's two more. Yeah.
I mean, just from that shot, like that looks really good. It just shape looks really good as well. It's.
I would say maybe because if you look at the separation for his upper body, you look at the separation for lower.
More detail in the quad.
Yeah.
They're cross straightened. You can see some cross striations there.
Yeah.
But they're not separated.
Isn't it?
Well, Craig, this is a thing, right? Separation and condition, as much as they're linked, they're not exactly the same thing, are they?
No.
Someone can be super, like, they're fat free, but they don't have very deep muscle separation.
Yeah, it's the lines, isn't it? Within a physique. And some people just don't have them lines.
Nah,
Are we looking at any more shots or are we moving on?
Yes, they're just coming out. Sorry, mate. So after this, we've got another 4 more. So he's 4 more after this one. Sorry, just I had to.
Be interesting to see him from the front because this is kind of like it doesn't really give you much that shot.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you can hide a lot of weaknesses with that shot.
Annoyingly, there's not many of him like full front on.
Maybe there's a reason. Because it's like with the side shots, you can hide certain weaknesses.
I've got a front one now as well.
I think like nothing exposes you like a front double bicep. Like a front double bicep just shows everything.
There's no hiding. I think, do you know what? Like a lot of people hide behind the most muscular. Do you know what I mean? Because you get to cover your midsection and you get to, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
An off-season pose, isn't it? The same with the side chest, really.
Yeah, agreed. Right. Are you still looking at the screen? Can you see that?
Just the same picture.
Yeah.
Let me start again. Right, it's come up now. Here you go.
Green tan. Yeah, more lats.
Yeah, his back's all right, like you said, but almost looks like his waist is quite wide.
Yeah, and that's probably why he sent in a picture on an angle.
Yeah.
And no proper front shot. Again, he's not externally rotating his arms to show the bicep peak.
This is the thing that we've mentioned probably about 3 or 4 times now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone listening, please heed this, because when judges are looking at you, they're looking from the lower angle, looking up.
Almost like rather than he stood kind of like almost like facing, like going up against the stage, rather than you need to like point that chest out like towards like the ceiling.
Yeah. Like imagine pointing the chest towards that England side. Do you know what I mean?
And that even fixes it all. Just kind of like point your chest towards the ceiling, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He's almost doing a front double bicep.
Yeah.
Just turn round, basically.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's a really big one that people need to learn to fucking externally rotate their bicep, their arm, to show the bicep.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Something I always tell my clients as well is pose to the judges, not to the crowd.
Yeah.
So imagine where the crowd is. The crowd's sort of like higher up, but the judges are down here. So posing like this, the crowd are going to see, but posing like this, the judges are going to see. Do you know what I mean? Because they're lower.
Yeah. I think also, though, because he's quite trap dominant compared to the rest of his back, right? Would you say? He's more upper back dominant.
Yes.
So if he is to almost like pull himself back, it can show even more trap, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So here you go. There it is.
Oh, his waist not? He needs more lats.
Yeah, it's his lats, isn't it? For sure.
Because the chest and delts are very much there.
More lats, more tricep. He's got good legs, which kind of hide his wide open than usual.
Bit more adductor, right?
I'd say his ductors are all right, to be fair.
Maybe there's insert quite high.
I don't think he's lacking leg size.
No.
He's lacking leg detail.
Yeah.
So what are we giving him out of 10?
Like a 6.
That's harsh.
Yeah, that's a little bit harsh, I think.
Well, no, right. No, because what if you look at the gaps that he's got with that lat, with the lack of lats in there, what would you, I don't know, what I think you two are just being too nice.
No. Think about what we've already given. Right? For example, we gave Rory a 7.5.
Right, hold on. He's obviously a seasoned competitor. He is not someone that is a first timer or a novice. He's a seasoned competitor. He's probably been competing for a while. So imagine he comes up on stage with you and Craig and 3 and 4 other guys. He'll get lost in that lineup, in my opinion.
I think this is more of like an 8 out of 10, to be honest. Again, basing on like elites here in the UK being 10, I'll give William an 8.
For a seasoned competitor?
I think that his muscle mass is worthy of that, yes.
I think it's muscle mass, but I think he also like, and again, like compare that to like the highest of level of bodybuilders, like Josh Law, you two, Connor, all these guys, right? He doesn't quite.
Yeah, I mean, if you're comparing him to that sort of level, then obviously.
I think he's got far too many gaps. I think that the body parts that are good
are really good.
Are really good, but the ones that lack,
he's got some big gaps, hasn't he?
He's got very big gaps, that really throw off that whole look.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Craig, out of 10?
I think 7.5. I think.
Cool. If he had arms, like what's his name? What's that guy's called? Begins with a T.
Maybe, maybe.
Right. Next one is.
Although that side tricep did look really good, I gotta give him that.
Yeah. I think that he sent that in. That's probably his best pose.
Yeah, that side tricep looked fucking mega, actually.
So we have got Steve Deeks, your client.
Yeah. One show he's literally been with me for 12 months, so
you've seen the evolution, right? So what I noticed about him before we even get him up is when he lost the show, he went onto Instagram and he was saying about how he should have won and stuff. No, should have done better. I think this is something that you learn over time. I think that's not a good look. I think people you need to learn to take a loss as you do take a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember even saying to Jace, fucking obviously very well known guy in the industry now. I remember Jace went onto his Instagram after he lost and started slagging off judging, and I said, Jace, take it down.
I think, look, it depends. I think if it's like a clear robbery, then maybe you can voice it, but not to like everyone.
Yeah. There you go, boys. There it is.
Which one is he?
He's the one on the right here. This one.
Okay.
So look at his fucking obliques. They look fucking amazing.
So he is. What class did he do?
First timers.
So for a first timer, that's really good.
So there's obviously the glaring difference between upper to lower in terms of condition. But this condition up here is fucking very good. This looks.
I almost feel like it's his posing.
I was just about to say that.
He literally can't get his quad details out no matter what he does.
I mean, I think the guy next to him is posing even worse because he just looks like, what the fuck is he doing?
It looks like he's like fucking doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
Like full Monty style, you know?
Yeah.
So Craig, when he poses normally, like in videos and stuff, is he able to get him in, but then he loses?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Right.
You got any more shots?
Yeah, we've got some more, from the back, so he's on the right again, Chad.
Yeah.
So here I'd say he's lacking in the lats department.
Yeah, definitely.
Shows the guy next to him, though. Look at the guy next to him. There's fuck all lats there. But do you know what's good about him, though, is this looks really thick. This middle bit here.
Can't see it. I'm still.
Do you not see it? Oh shit!
I think you're just looking at the same. I think we're looking at the same shot.
Sorry, boys. Let's try again.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry about that. So yeah.
Wait, so did he lose to the guy with the blue trunks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I said, and I was there and I watched it, and I was in disbelief.
Yeah,
it's one place in at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
This guy was third. Your guy was fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To be honest, they could have easily gone the other way. I remember saying to you, it was like,
yeah. It's one of these where you just think, whatever. Like, but I mean, I would have given it to him.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah, but so if you're watching, see, a little bit more lap.
Bro, look, he's a first timer, so just a bit of everything, really.
It's true, but I would say there's glaring weaknesses. So, for example,
his standout body part is his legs, for sure. And he could do with a bit more of everything on the upper.
You see this, boys?
Yeah.
Okay, so
he's got a really good midsection, doesn't he? Fuck me.
Yeah. His arms need a bit more, and because his legs are very good. Like, given the fact it's an angle, like his legs are really good.
Yeah, his legs are fucking awesome. Yeah.
Just needs that to make sure he stays on and like posing thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, instead of like breaking everything down, he just needs a bit more of everything, right?
Which is also like fine because
time.
he's the first time.
Yeah, first timer, isn't it?
The first time, yeah.
And he will get more as well because he's very adherent.
Yeah.
And I know he trains
I
hard
think
as well.
on a first timer basis, saying that now, we gave Dale, what did we give him?
Craig gave him like 9.5. I gave him 8. You gave him like a 4.
Yeah. I would say no. Right, actually, I would say on a first time. Well, then again, Dale's not really a first timer anymore. But basing it off the first timer show that he won, I would say that's a 9. But compared to this guy's like a 6.2, 6.3, something like that.
6 point. So okay, if we're going on the assumption that based on like that level, Dale is a 9.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah, I'd say 7.
Yeah, because you get some really fucking freaky first timers as well.
Because think about this. Dale this year has won 3 overalls and fucking like, you know what I mean? And this and unfortunately for Steve, he came like 4th in his show. Like, so I think Dale, Dale is that next level up. That's not to say that this guy isn't good and hasn't got good potential. It's just not yet.
Based on what we see now.
Based on what we see now, yeah. But yeah, fair play, great quads, great midsection, good condition, just
really good midsection. Yeah, really good midsection.
What about you, Craig? What would you give him?
I think once his lats come out more, once they get bigger, that will look even better.
Yeah. It's almost hard to rate him, isn't it, as somebody that's only really been properly doing what he needs to do for the last 12 months. But yeah, he's got a lot of potential because he's got the mindset for it. But yeah,
he's got the structure. He just needs to fill it out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's it. It's there. It's just a case of time, basically.
Yeah.
And he seems like he absolutely loves it as well.
Oh, he does. Yeah,
his attitude's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's sometimes a little bit worrying because, like, you just think if you're that keen that early on,
you could burn out. Is that what you mean?
You could,
yeah. But I was like that. I'm sure Ryan was as well.
Well, when I started competing, yes, but when I started going to the gym, no.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So next, dude,
on the lead up to my first show, I was like, kind of, is this going to be?
Yeah, but Craig as well. How long did you train before you competed? Like a while, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. Because this guy has probably like trained a year, 2 years.
Yeah. Well, he's trained properly for a year.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So to be that keen that early on, it's kind of like pace yourself, you know.
Given the time frame that he's done it, like he's actually very, very good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very, very good. Right.
Yeah, that's because he's got a good coach. Like, not to obviously try and big up Craig, but like if you've got a good coach that can direct you in a good way, that's why. Had he gone on him by himself, he wouldn't have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fast tracked his results, having Craig.
Basically, yeah.
Right. Next one, we got a guy called Sylvester. Epi and Sylvester is what I think.
He's not competed yet, but he has ambitions to compete. He's got obvious weakness. I tell him all the time, and he knows it himself.
Is he your client as well?
Yeah.
Maybe like because of how he's posing his legs, though. Maybe that's why.
Hold on. This is an impression of Chudley. This is an impression of Chudley when he looks this. Love the legs, arms need work.
No.
Yeah. No. Listen, right. This guy has got a very good chest and delts. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
And his legs just need a bit of work.
Yeah. He's been training legs, but the amount of videos is sent over to me, and it's like, mate, you need to go deeper.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
You know, that leg press where he's putting all the plates on, but not quite going deep enough. So he's not getting the stimulation. But I think it's kind of hit home now. He's actually trained in this, he's from around the same area as Steve Chambers. So he trains with him the odd time. And
they actually look like they'd be a similar size, them two.
Yeah.
Nah, Steve's way bigger.
Hold on. Steve's bigger.
Steve's like loads bigger.
This guy looks big. What are we looking at?
Yeah, he's thick across the chest.
Yeah, I'm not saying that as an insult. This guy's big.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah. Steve's got undersized legs compared to his upper as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. He's sent another one on his back as well. So look. Steve's got a big back. Steve's got a big back as well. This guy.
Yeah. Steve's back's crazy. He needs more thickness to the back, doesn't he?
Again, though, it's just the lower in it. It's the lower. But this is really good. His lat development's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't complain about that, man. He's got the potential's there, 100%.
Yeah. So he's. I think he came to me in the same condition at about 73 kilo.
Was he now?
That's this week, and he's now 88.
That's good.
Right. For reference, what is Steve Chambers?
Steve Chambers is around about 104 kilo at the moment.
I stand corrected. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like.
All right. Maybe I got it wrong. Sorry. Steve, right now, Steve is cursing me through the screen. You know that?
Yeah. Steve's like, bastard.
I didn't mean offensive, I promise. I think this guy's good. So it's just bringing up them legs really, especially from the back. Yeah, it looks it's quite glaring. Can we give him an out of 10, even though he's not competed?
Again, it's one of them, isn't it? It's like he's up as 7.5, he's low as a 5.
Yeah,
you know.
I would say yeah. Overall, because we've got to be fair, let's go against other like first timer type level guys. He's probably a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
You know, but in time, there's every possibility that could go right up.
Well, if we give that other kid, what did we give him again?
Steve Deeks.
Yeah, because he's
we gave him like 7, right? Yeah. If Steve's a 7, that guy's a 5.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Also reminding everyone who's watching, I'm being harsh because Dave told me. Right?
That's still not harsh.
Dave pressured me. Right. The next dude is, I think, Craig, you know him better. I think we all know him, though, but you know him better. His name's Sam. I don't know his surname, C.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure his surname either. To be He's from Preston, I believe. I think he trained in Iron Man Gym in Preston.
We had a photo of him, didn't we? You, me, and him in
Yeah.
And I saw him at a show, and he came second in his show.
His condition is insane.
Yeah, wait till you see his condition show.
Yeah.
His condition was best of the day by a country mile.
Yeah, he almost came in 2 conditions in size. You know, it's almost a balancing act, isn't it? But his condition was.
I can see them fucking hamstrings from here.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about bodybuilding, right? Everyone is chasing this condition. Everyone, right? But it comes at a price. When you diet yourself down like this, you end up sacrificing muscle mass. You end up sacrificing the look. So it's a balancing act between being full and being conditioned. And I think Sam took it too far on the condition side of things.
I tell you what, though, if he was to come in 10 pounds heavier, 5 pounds heavier even, you would look at him and you think, he looks all right, whatever. You look at this and you think, fuck.
I agree to a degree. Right? If he came in 5 to 10 pounds heavier, he would be way better. Because he would still be conditioned. You ain't going to fuck up that condition with 5 pounds. No way. Like, he'll just be fuller and bigger and, like, you know what I mean?
I think he still needs to come down to this condition and work his way back up.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. I think when you're that lean, 5 pounds is a lot of body fat, I'm talking.
Oh, of body fat? I'm talking
so we're not actually getting as lean as this to begin with, then?
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about him carb up and add 5 pounds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm talking 5 to 10 pounds of body fat.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's
because this is what we're talking about. Those other guys that potentially need to come in more conditioned.
Yeah.
We're talking about body fat.
Yeah. So if this guy had stopped dieting like 2 months before, you wouldn't look at him and go, you wouldn't even like an eye on it. And he comes in like this, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
So what he could have done with doing is getting into this shape and then basically eating into the show for a couple of weeks. And I think it would have produced a much fuller look with almost the same condition.
Because I saw him, I was at this show. I was actually judging the show, and I actually had him win. I had him winning.
Did he not win?
No, he came second, but the guy who beat him was not as conditioned, but was considerably fuller.
Yeah.
So yeah,
mate, I don't know. To me, I just find that really impressive. Just because I know that for me to do something like that, it's fucking impossible. So, and for majority of people, so to see that, you just think that's just insane.
Yeah. But look, can you see this front shot now? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's lacking tricep.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks very flathead, doesn't he? He just looks empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is a case for me. It's over dieted, or as Craig said, diet down, but then fill back up again.
Yeah.
And if you look at him now, he looks like a different dude.
Really?
Like, yeah, he's gone away and like worked and fucking eaten, and yeah, he's. It'd be interesting.
I think that's good though to kind of do that, to show yourself that you can diet that much, that far.
His level of condition, I saw it in person. His level of condition is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was literally like some of the best I've seen on the amateur circuit. Like, it was amazing. He just sacrificed his shape for it, you know? So
yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Sam, mate. Come back next time, just a bit fucking well, there'll be more muscle mass.
Yeah, who coached him?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the natural dude. In fact, he had two coaches at the time.
Who's the
he got coached by a natural guy.
Yeah, he was being coached by a natural
That's probably why
guy.
Then.
Those natural dudes get fucking conditioned.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Then he was having somebody else do his PEDs.
I think this is the thing, right? When you are on PEDs, you need a coach that is on PEDs and knows how to actually work that, because
the diet has a bit odd, but it's what I decided.
If he was to get coached by one of you guys, you know, he'll be bang on the money.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I agree with what Tony just said. Like, you don't want a guy who's had no experience, no lived experience. Like, I feel like in that subject, you need to have felt it yourself. I really do believe that.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's still got the same coaches, but yeah.
We get a rating for Sam. Bear in mind, this was his first show, first timer.
Really?
I'm almost certain this was first timer.
Mate, on a first timer basis, I'm giving him like a 9. For a first fucking timer.
Yeah, okay. In muscle mass, I'd give him like a 6 or a 7. Condition 10.
Yeah.
So then it would meet in the middle somewhere, you know.
Yeah, what about like?
I was going to say about.
Has he got any other shots, like when you can kind of see like his more of like his midsection and things like that?
Being critical on his muscle mass, I say more arms for sure. I think they're the weakness in that shot.
Yeah, it's kind of hard in that shot because he's so kind of crunched.
He looks like a push-pull legs sort of guy looking at that shot.
Yeah.
I've got another shot of him. Yeah.
I think for a first timer, you rarely see that. So just purely off of that, that's how I kind of look at it.
I think though, he's just, as I say, he is going to get penalised for he's too much. Like, he's flat as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to get beaten by guys who are just.
Take Dale. Dale's fucking beating him every day.
Yeah, Dale would definitely beat him. Yeah, like no.
But it's kind of it's just so impressive, and like just not often you see, like, you don't see that, very rarely.
For me, I think because he's not like the overall package, it's more just condition. I got to say, it was more like a 7.5, 8 for me.
Like you said, if his muscle mass is like a 6, condition is a 10, what's his shape like?
There's a photo coming through, and you'll be able to have a little look. So he's doing like a classic variation of a front double kind of thing.
Yeah.
So just kind of now. Hold on a minute. I think this is the first time that I've rated lower than you, Chad.
Well, let me see the shape, and I'll tell you then.
Now the roles have reversed. So now I'm the bad cop, you're the good cop.
Yeah, I mean, that picture as well, you're looking at over a year ago, aren't you? So, you know, I put the mass on now.
There you go. Stop now. He hasn't got many from stage, funny enough. This is one of them. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent you a few shots across actually. That was
so see
it was off season, wasn't it, Craig?
Yeah.
See here, you can the lack of muscle mass is so apparent. He's just so straight up and down.
Yeah. But
so
again,
based on that,
probably over dieted.
Yeah.
Not filled out enough as well.
Over dieted for sure.
Yeah.
That's very.
He doesn't have the muscle mass. He does not in this photo. He doesn't have the muscle mass to support that diet.
I'm pretty sure he was doing HIIT cardio during his prep, and that for me is a muscle killer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
7.5. 7.5.
I think that's a fair result. Yeah, 7.5.
What's this little emoji in the bottom left corner?
What the fuck is this? Fuck me, I don't know what that is. So we got one more. Oh yeah, and I wanted to end with this one because to me this guy is fucking.
Or is this the guy that I sent over to you?
Yes, and to be honest with you, Chudley, you're going to be surprised. I think
in fact there was a couple that you've not thinking that I sent over to you. A couple of good guys.
We'll check. Yeah, Chudley, you're going to be surprised because I think his arms might be better than Tom's.
Really?
Right, so Craig, you sent me. Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. There's two. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Craig. Yeah, sorry. And this guy's the other one's good as well. So, well, I'm going to go on the guy that I just said. One with better arms than Tom. His name's Ryan Dolan. So I watched him win. I watched him win the overall at FitX. Can't remember what show it was. I think Leeds, FitX Leeds.
Yeah, when he sent his pictures over, I was like, "Oof, there's not many weaknesses here."
Oh man, he looks fucking good. He looks very good. I think he sent over 3, didn't he? Yeah. Maybe. Sorry, just load on my boys. Yeah, so one of them's on stage, and then two of them are like off season.
I believe he's like 50 pounds up from stage weight now as well.
Here he is on stage.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
His arms are not better than Tom's, but.
Well, who's up? Fucking who's up? Yeah, this is very, very good. Very complete.
Nice and full.
Yeah, I mean, I struggle to find things.
So that's a nice balance of fullness and condition.
Agree. Okay. I'd say if I'm being hypercritical, maybe it's just a photo, maybe a little bit more quad detail.
Yeah, I knew what you were going to say.
Yeah, but that might just be the photo.
Yeah, of course.
But this is so small as well.
This is just a really well peaked physique. This is just a really good look.
Yeah,
very good.
Very hard to critique that. That's just it's just really good.
I'll tell you what one critique might be, because he just looks like his chest is so full. Maybe a bit more dealt in a way that he is like his clavicles are maybe narrower, so his delts will always need to be.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
standing next to you,
that's a lot of delt. That I think it's more transat than delt for me.
Stand that guy next to you, for example, and he will look smaller.
I get that. Yeah. I mean, next to me it would, but that's only because I'm a big guy. But relative to his physique, I think his delts are not undersized.
No. And you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Show him a few other pictures.
Yeah. There you go. This dude is not lagging in delts in these ones. Fuck me.
No,
his delts are definitely not lagging. I'm just saying, like his clavicles are narrower.
Yeah. Well, do you know? And funny enough, they don't necessarily look at here. Can you see that?
No. Yeah. Compared to his chest, though, that chest is fucking stupid looking.
Man, this guy, he's fucking good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
This is super impressive. Super impressive.
I'm assuming he's probably mid-20s.
Yeah, he's young.
I know what you mean. Maybe a little bit more quad, though.
I think that's detail.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, obviously he's off season. Maybe to be hyper a bit more altitude, because I don't know. I think it's super impressive, man. It's hard to critique him.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's really good.
Rise back.
Coming up now.
Yeah, like you said, it's just it's difficult to pick it apart and just because there's not really much to. Man, those legs are fucking massive.
I mean, yeah. I actually don't know what I would pick apart. I mean, maybe again,
maybe a bit more. I'd say a bit more bicep peak to match their front delts.
Again, it's that thing in it.
Yeah.
Do you know who does that really good?
Yeah. I think the whole audience knows as well now.
Yeah. No, this.
No, he's really, really good.
Yeah. This is probably the most complete physique that we've looked at today, and that's saying something because we have looked at Tom, and I think Tom's amazing, but I think this guy's ceiling is even higher.
No, I reckon Tom will beat him.
I don't know. What do you reckon, Craig?
It'd be a tough one.
Tom's the bigger man.
Tom's like tall, is not tall, but taller.
Tom is ginormous. Tom's bigger.
I almost feel like this guy though stood on his own looks bigger than he would actually look in a lineup. I think he'd almost get lost in a lineup.
I think this is the thing. He's quite compact. Is that because he's quite short?
Yeah.
Well, I watched him in the lineup. He was not the biggest by any stretch, but he was the most complete and the most balanced for sure. Yeah. Tom would dwarf him in terms of size because Tom's enormous. I just think this guy's incredibly proportionate and it's very good, very, very good.
I mean, I still think not out of a bias or not even to bit as a joke. I think Tom will beat him. Like it's not even a joke. Like
no.
I think it depends on Tom's condition.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's the deciding factor. Same condition factor because I watched this guy in person and he was
yeah.
Both same condition, Tom wins.
Yes,
but that's a big if.
Yes.
You know I mean? Yeah, but this guy's like quad detail didn't seem to be that.
Yeah, true.
Let me have a look at him again. So as I say, I remember him in real life, and it was all there.
Yeah. Like you say, it could just be the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom in condition would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this dude's fucking phenomenal, man. Yeah, he's fucking good. I've got some. I'd say I'd still agree. Probably leg detail could be a little bit more. Right, I'll send it in. Yeah, I think the way that he poses as well doesn't help him.
See, like even here, he can turn that left leg a little bit more to the side, can't he? That heel a little bit.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah.
I'm just sending them over to me now.
Is he quite short, this guy?
Yes.
He's got to be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is because I think I remember him standing on the overall lineup and he was kind of the same height as the bikini girl.
Yeah. It's coming from. Just letting my cat in.
And this is kind of what I mean. Like, if let's say you, Craig, or Ryan was to stand next to him, I don't think he would look as impressive.
Yeah, it's the skeletal structure, isn't it? That's it.
This is what I meant about the delts. Not that his delts are small, but
no,
they're not compared to him, but obviously compared to the other people in the lineup. I think it's like you're probably twice his width. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I almost feel like he can't afford to have any more delt width at the moment, though, because they're kind of overpowering other areas.
That's true. I mean, he's.
When you've got a smaller frame, you're kind of limited to like if you get too big, you end up becoming a bit blocky.
Yeah, blocky.
Yeah.
I think if I'm being hypercritical, probably more legs. I think
legs. Yeah.
Yeah, biceps as well.
It's not fucking loaded. Fucking loaded.
I think you need to come out of it. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So we've got one more, and it's Harry, isn't it? Harry Langerbeer. I'll get him up. That's the other one you sent me, Craig.
I think he competed against your guy, Josh.
Oh, was he in the same lineup? Was he?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
PCA work-ish, it might have been, or the PCA qualifier.
I don't. I thought I'd remembered that. I don't remember that. So he sent over 2 photos, 1 front, 1 back. And this is the last one, boys. So just be extra harsh. Let's kill him. I'm joking. Right, here we go.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. He's sound. Yeah, he's a junior, isn't he?
Yeah, he must be.
Yeah, he is.
He looks young as well, doesn't he? You can tell he looks very young.
No, he is. He is a junior. I was chatting to him like before he went on stage. Yeah, he's sound, that guy. I like him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good, this guy.
Condition, I think that's his thing. Condition, you know.
It's lacking detail, isn't it? It just looks a little bit soft.
He's only a kid, though.
Almost feel like it's muscle maturity.
Yeah. He's heavy, you know, as well.
He's
tall, cunt. He's fucking tall.
He's got look at that clavicle width.
Yeah.
He's tall.
Mm.
I think he's like 6'3" or something.
As me and Craig can attest to, like even me and Craig have got big legs. However, because we've both got such big clavicles, it ends up hurting our legs a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is Harry for you if you're listening, mate. Yeah, just fucking extra because of this. This here, although it's a strength, it also becomes a weakness. And as I say, me and Craig have got big legs, but it still ends up hurting our legs a little bit. We've both had feedback, right, haven't we, mate?
Yeah. I think more quad sweep, more adductor. The MOs look pretty developed. I don't know if it's a posing issue with the rectus femoris, but they could come in a bit harder. I always think the midsection as well looks a bit flat. There's no real detail there, but that could be genetic.
It could just be he's not.
No, I think he ate a bunch of shit. Like, because I was chatting to him before. If I'm not mistaken, he was just eating stuff that he hadn't eaten before.
Right.
Who told him that?
I think he gets coached by Guy Harding, actually.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
It seems a bit peculiar just to add something in at the end. And we also got a back shot, so I'll put that up now.
Or maybe it was just him that he did that prior, like after the show, and then he did another show. So that should have affected it. There was something. I can't remember.
If I'm honest, bro, I just don't think he's lean enough.
Yeah.
I just think he needs, to me, looking at this looks like it needs another like 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know? So, but like muscle mass and structure, he's really, really, and given that he's a junior, yeah.
No, he's definitely a junior, yeah.
Before we rate him, we didn't make Ryan last
night. 8.
9.
I got 9.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Right. And then what about Harry? What are we going to give Harry?
Based on him being a junior.
So Harry, right? If we look at shape, his shape is like a 9. His condition's like a 6.
Yep, I agree with that.
And in his muscle mass, like I said, the disparity there's between the legs and maybe the condition's like a maybe muscles like a 7.
I actually would agree 100% with everything you just said. Yeah.
So maybe like a 7 overall.
That sounds about fair to me.
7.5 maybe.
But based on being a junior, we've probably got to bump him up a little bit, right?
No, because some of those juniors are fucking mad.
I think the fact that he's so tall, obviously he's got a lot of frame to fill out, but he could have got in better condition. I think that's the one really. I think that's the one to work on.
I think being a junior doesn't really like mean anything these days because there's some of those juniors are fucking. I mean, you know, you look at some of those guys like fucking Jack Eagle, some of these guys fucking stupid looking.
Yeah, okay, but then on that one then, other than Jack Eagles aside, how many juniors are winning overalls? Name one.
Yeah, they don't.
Juniors never, ever, ever win the overall. And that's just an age.
Yeah, that kid did last year that we went in to see that black kid that we went and saw that show. Do you remember? I can't remember where it was.
I kind of do. I can't remember. Yeah.
Because we both watched it and he come out. He was a junior and he looked fucking mega. And then
first timer show.
Yeah. And And I was chatting to him outside, actually. He, mate, up close, you could just see, like, he was quite small. He's quite stringy, right? Because he didn't have that much muscle yet. But he just had those insert, like the fucking black guy insertions. Fucking mental.
He looked fucking good. Okay.
He was in shape as well.
Okay, on the most rare occasions, I'll grant you, but juniors are not winning overalls. So, generally speaking, the level of junior is slightly lower.
Yeah.
Just like masters aren't generally winning overalls either. Generally.
I'd say that's a really good back for a junior. Really good double bicep. It just needs to come in better condition.
Are you on the back now? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, the back double bicep, yeah.
Oh, okay.
His shoulders do overpower a little bit, his front delts, maybe. But yeah, I think that's really good development for his age. And given that he's got such a frame to fill out as well, me and Ryan both know how hard it is to fill out such a frame.
Yeah. I would say his overall would be. I'd say it's fair to give him like an 8 as a junior. I would say.
Yeah.
I
think somewhere between a 7 and an 8. I think it's a fair rate. I think it's condition, really. If his condition were better, it'd be a little bit higher.
I think if it's condition, because he did a couple of shows as well, but that must be the best one. So,
right, boys. So we have fucking worked our way through like 20 people, and now I've got a massage booked.
You've got a massage booked?
A massage
this time?
8:30.
Right. God.
With what's his name?
West Arden.
No,
Ewan.
Marion, was he called? Moran?
Oh, what's his name? You know the dude. You get it from him as well.
The guy that does 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Good luck with that.
You're going to do 2 fucking hours now?
No. I'm going to have an hour.
You'll have to tell him then, because he'll do 2 hours.
I know, yeah, he knows. Yeah. All right then, boys.
I'll tell you what, right? I've stopped getting massage probably like, well, when did I go to Turkey? Probably been about 10 weeks, maybe now. I don't feel no different.
That used to go to the guy who's in good shape.
Yeah. But I just kind of stopped, obviously, because I went to Turkey, didn't I? Get my hair done and all that. And I just haven't really bothered going back now. And I just kind of don't feel no different. So I'm like...
Is that because you've not been training, though?
Huh? You haven't been training the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I'm training exactly this. Like, I'm back into training now.
No, because you about 10 weeks ago is when you stopped, like, giving a shit.
No, I'm back into like full training now.
How long have you been back into full training though?
3 weeks.
Not long enough then.
Yeah,
maybe another 3 weeks, and you probably
give it 3 months and then see.
Yeah, because I used to go religiously, and now, like I said, I've stopped going, and I'm like, I don't know, no different.
I would definitely probably go at least once every third week. I think.
Yeah. Well, again, I'll see, but.
Yeah.
So far, maybe it's just because I took such a long time off. I'm just fresh.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
but yeah, that's it then, boys.
Cool.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Boys.
Peace.